Hey YouTube, Mark Coffman here, and today I want to talk about this Boker. This is a Boker roper, or at least that's what I have found it to be. Boker has actually named this knife a few different names, and I'll show you a few listings there of some of the confusion behind this model, but to my best knowledge, if you look up Boker roper, this is what you find. And this actually comes in a few models. It comes in a turquoise, comes in a pink, comes in all stainless steel, but it also comes with one that has a beautiful filigree in the handle, and it is also made as a special edition for a few other companies. They have a standard black and all black. They have a bunch of different options. However, this model, to my knowledge, is actually discontinued. So I'm pretty sure the majority of all of these are actually new old stock or old stock knives, because I cannot find this one in any catalog presently from Boker Plus that they're still producing it. If I'm mistaken, put that down below and correct me. I'd love to be corrected. Now, this is the Boker roper. Now, why did I buy this knife? Well, to be honest, I was not really turned on by the Spyderco Upturn. Spyderco Upturn is basically an iteration of the Spyderco Bird Turn that Spyderco put into their budget line. And for me personally, I just didn't really want to buy another Spyderco. I would much rather go with Boker since, well, I've had such a great experience with the Boker Epicenter. So that's an older knife that I've done a review on. But for me personally, I've given Boker another chance, and I am very happy with it. This is the Boker roper, and is basically competing with Spyderco. And you can see that plainly here. It is very much a Spyderco Delica competitor, but this only cost me 45 bucks. Now, this is a completely stainless steel knife, and the things that it does great are these. The pocket clip is a deep carry pocket clip with flush screws. I mean, that's fantastic. They're pretty spread out screws, but they're very, very well done, very well made. And when you actually unscrew these out, the finishing on the screws themselves are very, very nice. So they are well put together, deep channeled, and I think really up to the test of time, to be honest. Then you have AUS 8 steel here, which is pretty darn good. It's basically a 440C equivalent steel, but you have fantastic serrations on this. You have 5 deep beveled serrations here that are really, really nice, and this does a fantastic job. Now, I am not a serrated knife kind of guy, but I've had a few jobs around the house, primarily cutting down boxes, cutting down a little bit of rope, and zip ties. And to be honest, you know, even on some of my sharpest knives, serrations are just the way to go. But what I really like is they actually give you a decent amount of serrations. Most companies would probably give you this much serration per inch on a knife this size. And Boker has given you pretty much almost 2/3 of the blade, and then you have this nice sharp tip. This is actually really nice because you can still do draw focused cuts, you can still do some piercing, and then focused accurate cutting with the tip, while at the same time having quite a few serrated edges here for some heavy cutting. You have a nice little finger choil here if you need to really focus or really get under something and then cut, and then you can pull back here and then have that too. The other thing that I think it does a really good job on is the opening hole. Now, when I saw this, I was a little bit dubious of it, and I thought, man, that'll tear up my thumb, but actually no. It really helps you hold on to that, and with gloves, it really helps you stay in position and open the knife and get it ready for work. Now, the Boyd dent here is not present because that is something that Spyderco uses and other companies rip off. Boker chose not to do that, but I find it not very difficult to find where this is because you have this side, you can just run your finger there and then just knock down the blade, and there you go. Now, this comes out of the box tip down, which I immediately changed it to tip up because when I'm at least pulling this out of my pocket, my thumb is now right here and ready to go. Whereas tip down, I was really trying to reposition my hand to open it, and with this stainless steel handle, it's really, really slick. So for me, I liked it tipped down because it was so deep carry you couldn't even see it, but I changed it to tip up just out of ease of use. Now you do get a lanyard hole back here, and if you really had to use this for this, it could be a decent attitude adjuster. So for me, I find this knife to be a fantastic EDC, and if you're able to find one, I think it's a great buy for 50 bucks. This is a knife that a lot of people have forgotten about, and I think it is a really good option if you really like serrations and want to have an all steel knife. So till the next one, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.